Hey guys, hey, today we're going to be making cabbage soup, okay? We're trying to lose a couple pounds here. We're going to do this for 7 days or 14 days because you can lose 14 pounds within a week, okay? But I want to let you know we have 4 of the cabbage soup. And it took a lot of prepping, okay guys? So if you have patience, you can do it, okay? So what we do have, we have kale and cabbages, okay? And the kale is fresh out the garden, okay? That's your kale. I'm not sure how much kale I cut up, but I cut up 3 cabbages, okay? So that's that. And they are so fresh. I love kale. This can last a long time in the refrigerator, okay? Then we have your celery. As you all can see, I cut up a whole stalk of celery. We have 1 onion, 1 medium bell pepper, okay? All that is in there. And your red peppers, your green pepper, and your yellow pepper, all that is in there, okay? That's what I chopped up. And this is a whole full thing, okay? Now, you don't have to cut up a whole stalk of celery. You might not like celery as much. But I cut up a whole stalk of celery, 1 onion, and I cut up 2 red peppers and yellow, orange peppers, okay? Then we're going to move on. We will need minced garlic. As you all can see, we're going to be needing minced garlic here. 3 tablespoons of that. We're going to be needing chicken broth. This is what I have here. I'm going to be using the organic chicken broth. You need 48 ounces. So I have, and this is a 32 ounce. So I'm going to be using 2 of those. And then we're going to be needing our diced tomatoes. Now, this is 1 can of diced tomatoes with no salt added. And then we're going to be needing some salt. I'm going to be using this type of salt, your sea salt here. Okay, we're going to be needing, with your diced tomatoes is 14 ounces, okay? With no salt added. Then we're going to be needing 2.5 teaspoons of sea salt. And then we're going to be needing pepper to your preference. If you love pepper, it's on you, okay? How much you want to put. Chilli powder. That's your chili powder, okay? You're going to be needing 2 teaspoons of that. And also, you're going to be needing ground oregano, 2 teaspoons of ground oregano. And basil leaves. You're going to be needing 2 teaspoons of basil leaves. And, or, however much you like. People love basil. People love oregano. Those are the natural herbs, okay? Yes, a little bit more heat other than the ground pepper. These are red crushed peppers. You're going to be needing a 1/2 teaspoon or 1/4 teaspoon of this. And paprika, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. And turmeric. We're going to be needing a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. And this is optional if you want to add a little bit of Campbell's flavor up rich garlic herb. We'll be using a little of that. I'm not going to tell you the measurements of that, but you can use how much. But as we go, we're going to taste this, okay? And we always, the Holy Grail, garlic powder, onion powder, okay? Now, if you want to use more than 1 can of these diced tomatoes, this is 14 ounces, you could use more, but they are no salt, okay? So y'all, we're gonna be needing our measurements, spoons, 1/4 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, and a teaspoon, okay? We're going to also be needing butter in our cabbage soup. And that's it. Now we're going to get to it, okay? Okay, guys, I have added, as you can see, I have a big, large pot. I'm cooking a large prepping here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead, I added oil in here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add our chopped vegetables in here. These are the chopped vegetables. Get all your veggies, okay? All that time you took from cutting them. Make sure you get all of your veggies, okay? And we're going to stir this around. We're going to just stir it around. You can use what type of, any oil that you prefer. But we're using this olive oil. Okay. Look at that beautiful color. You all see it. Yes. Instead of you all chopping them up, cutting them with your knife, you all need to invest in one of those choppers that I have. Okay. Just cut it and put it on there, and it makes it diced. Okay. So now we're going to put the top on here and let it cook for like 10 minutes, okay? Let it cook for 10 minutes. Put our lid on here. And that's what we're needing, okay? And we'll be back. Okay, now this has been cooking for like 10 minutes. We're going to add our minced garlic. Okay. You're going to need 3 tablespoons of your minced garlic. Minced garlic here. 1, 2, 3. That's your minced garlic there. And just stir that around for like 3 to 5 minutes, or 2 minutes, I would say. Okay. Just stir, 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 and stir. It smells so good, you all, with these veggies and its minced garlic. All those flavors. Okay. Now we're going to add, I don't want to make that noise with my spoon. Y'all excuse me. We're going to be adding these diced tomatoes. Your diced tomatoes here, 14 ounces, which was 1 can with no salt. You can use more if you want, but I have acid reflux, so I don't want to put all that red in mine. Okay. And just stir. And we're going to put our lid back on here and let it simmer after we mix it up. Right now, I have my oil on 6. I'm going to turn it about 8, between 8 and 7, okay? Let that simmer for a little bit, cook for a little bit, okay? Okay, then okay guys, now that those diced tomatoes have sat for a few minutes, you don't want it to burn, so cut your oil down now. Cut it down. Remember I told you I had between 8 and 7, and now it's between 7 and 6. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add our kale. Sorry y'all, kale and cabbages, okay? But not all of them, but just some, okay? And we're going to stir. Now, if you feel like you need a little bit more oil, you can use it. But remember, I told you we're going to be needing butter, okay? So we're going to be using half of this. Now, kale is optional. You don't have to use it, but I'm using it. Okay? Now, we're just going to get a fully stir. Get everything well incorporated, okay? Get all that goodness in with your kale and your cabbages. Okay? Because you don't want it to burn. That's why I said turn your oil down just a little bit. We can put the heat up in a little bit, but right now we just want to get half of this these veggies, kale and cabbages, mixed up with the veggies. With that oil, and just keep stirring until everything gets well saturated together, okay? Everything's gonna be in there together, perfectly in there, okay? Perfectly in there. Okay. All that is stirred up. Now we're gonna put the rest of our kale and cabbages in there. And we're going to give it another stir. Every ingredient that you put in your recipe, stir it so it can get well incorporated. Remember that. Okay? Put your risk in it, okay? Put your risk in it. I might open up another can of diced tomatoes. I'm not sure because I have so much, but just for right now, just go ahead and stir and stir. You don't want them to burn. That's why I said keep an eye on your temperature and how it's cooking, okay? So now it's time for our broth, our chicken broth. Remember I told you it calls for 48 ounces of chicken broth. But we're only going to use half, okay? We're only going to use half of the broth. So this is 32 ounces. We're going to go ahead and just pour that in there. And we're going to use the other one later, okay? So since this is 32 ounces, which we are needing 48 ounces, you will see at the end. Give it a stir. Stir everything up. Make sure everything is getting simmer and wet. Okay. As you can see, I am not using a small pot. I'm using a big pot, okay? Like a crab boil pot. So, yes. I want to cook as much as I need it, okay? We're going to let that simmer for a while. We're going to put our lid on here, okay? Okay, we have let that set for a minute. And now we're just going to stir. We're going to cut our oil down to 5 because we don't want that bottom to burn, okay? Oh, it smells so good. Y'all see it? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And it's already withering. Yes, it's withering up. That means it's cooking. Okay. So now it's time for our seasonings, okay? It's time for our seasonings. And we're going to start with our sea salt here. Two and a half teaspoons of sea salt. Sea salt. Two and a half teaspoons of sea salt. That's 2, and then we're gonna do the half. You can go back. A lot of people like salt, but hey, it's to your preference. And then we're gonna go with our black pepper. You can put however much you want in there, okay? I'm gonna open a big spout in mine and put however much I want in there, okay? Then we're gonna go with our crushed red pepper. You're going to be needing a half of that or a fourth of your flakes. So let's do 1 teaspoon, okay? Let's just do 1 teaspoon. A little heat other than the pepper. Let's put a little bit. If you know you want to add, I'm going to put a little bit more back in there. But if you know you want to add a little bit more, you can go back and add a little bit. I don't want to make it too hot because I'm going to give this to someone, okay? And the next seasoning is your chili powder. You're going to need 2 teaspoons of your chili powder. Chili powder here. 2 teaspoons of your chili powder. Basil leaves. You're also going to be needing basil leaves. So let's do 2 teaspoons of your basil leaves. Okay. And your oregano leaves. You're going to be needing 2 teaspoons of your oregano leaves. This is your oregano. 2 teaspoons. Be generous with it, okay? You're also going to be needing paprika. Your paprika, okay? You're also going to be needing a fourth of this, okay? You're going to need a fourth of your paprika. Small. Okay. Can't get enough of paprika, okay? I put a little bit more in mine. Okay, and the last seasoning you're going to be needing is your turmeric, okay? You're going to be needing turmeric. And this, you're going to be needing a fourth of turmeric. That's your turmeric. Okay. Now we're going to give this a stir. Stir all those seasonings up. Stir it up. My owl is between 4 and 5. You don't want to scorch it, or it's a failed job. Might as well throw it in the trash. Look at that kale. Look at that. Oh yes, look at all that goodness, the rainbow, okay? After all this withered, it's not going to be as much as you thought it was, because remember I used 3 cabbages, and I cut up that fresh kale out the garden. I bought those 3 head of cabbages from the grocery store, but that kale, so fresh. It's just withering. Okay, it smells so good. Okay. Now, remember I told you to keep that broth? We're going to be adding that chicken broth in here. This is a whole one. These 32 ounces, because we want to cover our cabbage soup, okay? We want to cover it, so I'm going to put both of these 32 ounces in there. Okay, because look at the volume of my pot, and all the veggies that I cut up and put in there, okay? You don't want it to be dry. You do not want this soup to be dry. You want it to be covered like a soup. It's a cabbage soup. Yes, it's the winter time, and you can lose weight off of this, and you can eat it every day, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do here. Eat some every day, however many times you want, without snacking on all those carbs and things, okay? Now, what we're going to do, we're going to let this simmer, and we'll be back. Okay? Well, let's go ahead and add our butter. 1 stick of butter. This parquet. We're going to add that butter in there with it. Let's go ahead and do that, so we can go ahead and simmer with that, because really we're almost finished, okay? We're almost finished with our cabbage soup. And from time being, we're gonna taste it, but we're gonna let this simmer for about 5 to 8 minutes. Okay, like I said, turn your owl down. My owl is on between 4 and 5. You can turn it up a little bit, but not much. Okay, because you want your veggies to cook thoroughly. You don't want them to be mushy. Some people like them crunchy. I would like them in between, but not mushy, okay? So we're gonna check back. You can check back in between time, okay? And you can taste it. So I'm gonna let mine sit a little bit, and I'm gonna taste it, and then you can add whatever you want in there that you know that you need more of as far as your seasoning, okay? We're gonna put this lid on, we're gonna let it sit. Like I said, between 5 and 8 minutes, and we're gonna see what it do. Okay, guys. Okay. Welcome back to Explicit Wellness. The cabbage soup is ready. Okay. And it tastes delicious. Okay. It's not soggy. And it's between crunchy and soft. Okay. That's what you want. That's what you want. Okay. Now, if you want to prep it and put it in prep bowls, you all can use these. I'm going to bring you all up so y'all can see me. Okay. Hey, guys. Hey. Yes. So, you can use these prep bowls here. Any type that you have with the lids. Okay. And that's what I'll be doing. Okay. And then I will put them in something smaller. Just take the work or whatever, because it's too big. But I'll be placing this in my freezer. Okay, when I get ready to have me some soup, I can take it out and throw it out or whatever. But I do thank you all for tuning in to Explicit Wellness. And yeah, you all keep liking, sharing, commenting. Yeah, you all comment, because I do like to come back and answer your questions or whatever. And I enjoy what I do. Yes, so yeah. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And try this soup out, because you can lose weight off of it. I'm going to try it for like 7 days and probably 14 days, yes. And yeah, we're going to come back and I'm going to show you my weight before and after, yeah. Because we got to get on this grind, y'all. We got to get on this grind, y'all. We got to get back and sexy and fine. Not saying that I'm not, but yeah, I gained a couple pounds or whatever. But yeah, we all know what we should be doing as far as being healthy and eating better. So yeah, having a healthier lifestyle. So therefore, keep tuning in and hit that notification button and keep liking my channel. That's what's up. Hey.